We just ask him dumb questions and, you know, being silly like kids do. Well, the board started moving, and we're thinking, well, you're moving it, and they'll say, no, well, you must be moving it. So anyway, we're just playing along, and after a while we got bored with that and just sitting around telling, you know, ghost stories and things like this. All the while we had the light on in the living room, the lamp, and the lamp went off by itself. You know, there was nobody near it. We weren't running out of the room freaking out, you know, screaming like kids, and came back in, decided we'll just leave the light on and leave it off and see what happens. And we're sitting around, and sure enough, the light comes back on again. And this does this, you know, a couple of times throughout the night, and we're just figuring, you know, well, it's probably just a, you know, a short or a loose bulb or something like that. And after a while, we convinced ourselves that it was, you know, really no big deal. I went to bed, and everybody else, and I was sleeping on the couch right there in the living room, and I kept the porch light on just to be safe. And the light switch was right there by the doorway in the living room. And as I'm lying there thinking, well, you know, the lamp just, you know, had a short in it or whatever, no big deal. And all of a sudden, the light switch clicked right off. And there was absolutely nobody over there. And there was, you know,
on the porch light?
Yeah, great big old, you know, toggle switch about the size of my thumb. And you could hear the loud click as it went off. And I'm thinking, okay, this is almost like an answer to my, you know, trying to debunk the whole thing, and as if something was saying, okay, kid, try to figure this one out. And it was shortly after that, we would start finding weird stuff in the basement, like the last will and testament belonged to some guy named Henry Collins, and he turned out to be some banker back in the 20s in Royal Oak, Michigan. We even found like the whole Collins family plot just, you know, like a few blocks down the street at Royal Oak Cemetery, and it was just very strange. It was almost like something out of a Hardy Boys mystery, you know, come to life. They would have some of the weirdest stuff go on in the house, you know, like seeing people coming down the stairs out of the corner of your eye, and you go in to say something to them, and there was nobody there. And this all started, you know, with the Ouija board. So, you know, after that, you know, after everybody moved away, I don't know what happened to it since then, but it was pretty strange.
Thank you, Dr. Swave.
Well, you're welcome. Could be Clyde.
This is Spooky Talk, the talk show that's spooky. Call me live now at 248-557-1460. Now, this next caller, or actually this next recording, this guy's quite intense.
What's your name?
My name's Bob Bennett.
Where are you from?
I'm from Lake Orion, Michigan.
And you have an experience?
I've had a real good experience. Woke up one night to the sound of someone in my room. It sounded like someone was walking around. I thought someone had broken into my house. I was so scared I couldn't even roll over out of bed, and literally felt my entire bed sink with someone's body weight sit on the end of my bed, and my entire bed sank. I was so scared, the meaning of petrified. I was so scared I couldn't move. The bed pulled back up, and then it walked out of the room. I got up to investigate. There was absolutely nothing there. To this day, I still have no idea exactly what that transpired, but something was definitely there. And I've also had extended experiences since that with phenomena in my room for some reason. Waking up to someone literally standing over the top of your bed, like 3 feet away from you. Quick glimpse of a face. Oh, it was there though. You know, long black wavy hair with a big mustache staring right over the top of you. I mean, just about took your breath away for a flash. It was there. And it also, I heard it like rummaging in the room, and that's what woke me up. And I woke up to this face, and it was very hard to sleep in the house for the next 3 days after that. But needless to say, I've had a few instances like that. I also took a photograph of my stepson having breakfast at a counter. And it was just after Christmas. We got a new camera. I took a picture of him just experimenting with this new camera. My wife took the photos in, got them developed. I stuck it up on the refrigerator. 3 weeks later, she goes, "Did you take a good look at that picture?" And I said, "No, not really." She goes, "Look in the background of the photo." You look in the background of the photo, you can see a definitive, eye sockets, everything in the background of a being, a person. It's a little girl. And I took it to CVS, blew it up, and pulled that out of the picture, and you would have to see what I've got. You would never believe what is in the background of my picture. It will absolutely give you goosebumps. I brought it to work. I brought my photo to work. Everybody is absolutely in awe. They cannot believe what I've got. Yeah, there's been several instances of situations that have occurred in the house. My house is almost 100 years old. I live about 5 houses down from a very, very old cemetery out in Lake Orion. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but needless to say, it's left me with a few good stories to tell. So, okay, what originally woke me up was the sound of someone rummaging in my room, but what initially brought me out of my slumber was the sound of a scream that started very low, blood curdling, and I opened my eyes, and that's when the figure was standing over the top of me for just a flash. And that's what literally brought me out of my slumber was the sound of the scream. And I haven't had anything to that nature happen again, but we have had other instances with faucets being left on running. I'm the only one in the house. I know it wasn't on, and the faucets are going full bore. Waking up in the morning time, what's up with that? Doesn't bother me as much, other than the goosebumps that you already witnessed just by talking about it. So it doesn't bother me to talk about it so much. So.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, not a problem at all. Anytime.
Wow, can you imagine hearing that? What was he? He was sleeping, and all of a sudden, wow. Thank you so much, Bob. This is Spooky Talk, the talk show that's spooky. You know, I accept secondhand spooky experiences. Maybe something happened to a friend or family member that you recall. Share it with me and the Spooky Talk audience. Now, this.
I'm here with
Leah.
And you're from what city?
St. Clair Shores.
And you have an experience.
Yeah. I was about 5 years old. I was up north with my dad at his friend's cottage. We went to sleep. It was 3 a.m. There's something about 3 a.m. And we were about to go to bed. We went to sleep. I woke up and had to go to the bathroom. And I went to the bathroom and I walked out. Everybody was sleeping. And I seen this thing. I'm not kidding. It looked like a Sprite doll. I don't know how to explain it. It was really short. It didn't look like a troll. It was like something I can't even explain. A Sprite doll from Rainbow Bright. It's the closest thing It had a lot of hair, and it said, like, it knew my name. I was really young, and I asked, it said, are we friends? It was really weird, 'cause this really happened. And I remember we were talking, and this thing knew, like, a lot of things about me. I don't know, this is weird. So I went in my dad's room, and I remember saying, hey, Dad, this is my new friend. And I forgot the thing's name, but I swear I was wide awake. And this stuff has been happening to me since I was, like, 5, being these weird attacks. And I'm serious, I could sit here all day and tell you guys these stories. My grandma said she, actually, I guess it runs in my family. My grandma was an artist, and she was a really weird lady who played the organ all day. Like the Addams Family. And she said there's a little kid. We live in Roseville on Cold Street, and there's a little kid or whatever, and he had an asthma attack and died. And she looked out the window and she said she's seen an angel, whatever it was. She said she thinks it was an angel. It was 11 foot tall. She said it was the most beautiful thing that she's ever seen, undescribable. I don't know, but it didn't look at her. But why did she see it? I don't know. Nobody else did. But why would she just went? She just looked outside. I don't know. She said she just seen this thing. It wasn't a human. I don't know. I'll stop for a minute.
Thank you, Leah.
Well, it's just about the end of the show here. Spooky Talk, the talk show that's spooky. So join me again Wednesday at 5 p.m. on AM 1460 WPON, or heard online at WPON.com, or catch Spooky Talk rebroadcasted Saturdays at midnight on AM 1610, or online at am1610.org. And until next time, this is Creepy Clyde saying, may all your frights be fun.